Irving Game of the Week is brought to you in part by Gerald Stavely Dry Cleaning.
From Irving School Stadium, it's the ICTN Game of the Week. Tonight, crosstown rivals. Irving MacArthur faces Irving High School in a District 9 6A showdown. Hi, everybody. I'm Rob Willman. Lance Brown will join me momentarily in the booth. But let's talk about tonight's game, the big district game. You know, coming into this ball game, it's about streaks, if you will. And right now, the Cardinals are on one. They've won 2 straight. The Irving Tigers, on the other hand, they have lost 4 straight and looking for their first win. It is a district game, and it's also important, so let's go ahead and take a look at the standings in district right now. The cream of the crop is Skyline and Jesuit. They're 1-2. They'll probably make the playoffs for sure. They're probably the best 2 in this district. Mack and Nimitz, winners of their district openers, playing really good ball right now, right there with Skyline and Jesuit. But Irving can get back in the hunt with an upset win tonight. And for Coach Aaron Delatorre's bunch, it starts at quarterback if they do. Kevon Thomas has been carrying this team offensively. He's accounted for every touchdown his team has scored, but just 2. He's completing over 60% of his passes and has tossed 7 touchdowns. And when he goes back to pass, more times than not, he's looking for number 10, Chase Goodall. Goodall has twice as many receptions than his nearest teammate. He's averaging 11 yards a catch and 4 touchdowns. But the Tigers have had issues giving up way too many points, averaging more than 30 a ball game. That's where the Cardinals have excelled. In fact, they're averaging over 30 points a game. They hung 66 on W.T. White last week. Quarterback Kane Harden, he had a career day. And if you played high school fantasy football, then Harden might have won it for you last week. A career high in yards and touchdowns. Coach Brian Basil says his junior quarterback has done a great job making smart decisions while running the offense at the same time. And did I say running? Well, junior running back Artis Henderson leads this team with over 100 yards a ball game. He's averaging 7 yards a carry and has crossed the goal line 10 times this year. If the Tigers are going to slow down this offense, Henderson will be the first person you'd stop. This game is full of spirit. Of course, it's a big rivalry, but it's also a game about streaks. The Cardinals would like to continue theirs. The Tigers would like to put theirs to bed. It's the Cardinals and Tigers next on the ICTN Game of the Week.
And here come the Tigers. Hi, everyone. This is Lance Brown. We're up in the booth, all set to get this football game underway as the Cardinals head out on the field for this intra-city ball game. The first of 3 we'll have, of course, on ICTN. The Tigers won the toss, so they have deferred. And so the Cardinals winning the option after that, and they have decided to receive the football to start off the ball game right now. As you see, Luis Mendez getting set to kick the ball off. He will have a pretty good wind behind his back, too, right now. It's a gorgeous night for football. Temperatures right now in the mid-70s. Strong wind coming out of the north. We'll see how it works. And here with the play-by-play and play-by-play even is Rob Willman.
All right, Lance, appreciate that. A real quick pooch kick to the 30-yard line, and that's where the Cardinals will set up shop. First down and 10 as the ball was caught by Ashton Pollard, the senior defensive back. You look at right there, the Cardinals in their dark uniforms, all black. They kind of have that red, pink look to it for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Here's the starting lineups. That tackles Porty and Blakey, Chavez and Lindero were your guards. Quarterback Harden, he's a guy to look for, and Artis Henderson, the 1-2 punch. Hodges, Sanchez, Damon Victor, and Nikhil Webster wearing number 1. Your starting offensive players as you take a look at Kane Harden. 70 completions out of 111 attempts. So we've got our first yellow hanky. Boy, that didn't take long. Not 1 second has expired from the clock, and
number
we've got
58.
a
5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Called against the Cardinals, so they'll have it first down and 15. The ball at their own 25-yard line, and instead of huddling back up, they're going to go ahead and run that play they wanted to run. Harden, 63% tossing this year, and he's going to toss it right from the get-go, and Webster dropped the ball at the 22-yard line.
Well, not a very good start for the Cardinals. A penalty before they even snap the ball, and then a drop pass. And Webster's their leading receiver.
So, you know, a couple of guys you want to brag on right off the bat, and look what happens. You have a little faux pas, but stops the clock. Only 5 seconds have gone off the clock. As Victor goes in motion, he is a slot here to the near side, trips to the near side, and Harden will come right back. Sanchez with that wide receiver screen gets some great downfield blocks. He's got a first down plus some. 15, 20, 22 yards on the pickup. We'll go back to the hanky at the 28 and see if there's some blocking that the Cardinals might have done that'll push them back some.
It's coming back, so.
Here's the call.
Illegal block below the waist on the offense, number 55.
That's called against William Chavez, the junior offensive lineman, against the Cardinals. Illegal block below the knees, and that'll move them back another 10 yards. So just like that, 13 seconds have gone off the clock, and they've gone from an illegal procedure. They get a first down after an incomplete pass, but then that comes back. And now we got second down and about 27 to go. So let's see what Coach Basil has his young junior quarterback going to do here on a second down in a country mile. Maybe give it to Henderson to break up the defense a little bit. Low snap. Harden just swings it out, and Webster, nice catch at the 25, 26, down to about the 28-yard line. And it really gives them, all things considered, being second 27, now it's halfway manageable. It'll be third down and about 12. Just a quick out, Lance.
Yep, he just sprints out. Webster, nice, goes up. Good hands there.
Tigers playing a little soft since it was such a long way to go, and it's, you know, basically still is. It's third down and 11, but better than what it could have been. Little quick hitter again, back to Sanchez, and this time defense much better by the Tigers. And is that Thomas out there? Yeah, Kevon Thomas, who is the starting quarterback, is out there playing defensive back and made the tackle.
Well, that tells you something, doesn't it?
It does. Also got some help from number 26, Morris Shell III. So Coach De La Torre saying, you know what, I'm going to put my best players out there. They might have to play both ways because Shell is also one of the running backs on this team.
Well, Shell has been a two-way player for quite a while.
He has had a great game last week leading the team in tackles. So Goodall takes the punt and muffs it. It's loose, and it looks like the Cardinals have recovered at the 40-yard line of Irving. Coming out of that pile, there he is right there. Making the play is number 12, which is Tony McDonald. I think maybe Chase took his eyes off the ball when he came down to make the catch. Watch, see, yep.
Yep. He was looking, he heard those footsteps and wanted to see where they were.
The head went down and lost the concentration, and there's our first turnover of the ball game. Not what the Irving Tigers wanted to happen to them here in the early stages of this rivalry. Crowd still coming in, a late arriving crowd tonight. There's Henderson up the middle, breaks one tackle, picks up 8 yards on his first carry tonight. Henderson came in averaging 7.16 yards a carry, over 400 yards in 4 games, and pretty much to Hoyle, if you will. He gets his 7-8 yards on his first carry. Second down and short. Harden brings Victor. That's Victor in your screen going in motion wide right. Takes it out of the belly, throws to Sanchez. Sanchez, a good downfield block. He's got 10 yards plus. And another Irving MacArthur first down. Joshua Hodges the junior slot back, made a nice block that time to free Sanchez as we watch it from ground level. Just a pitch and catch. There's that block right there that frees Sanchez around the corner. So another first down for the Cardinals. They're down to the 15 of Irving. Henderson breaks through one, but the pursuit catches up. First man was Leyva, number 8, the big defensive tackle that slowed him down, and then Salinas, number 30, also finished it up defensively. As you take a look there at Harden. Coach told me Kane, even though he's just a junior, he's really matured, he's smart out there, and he likes his decision making. They give him a couple. Victor in motion, and they're going to throw to Victor. Victor out in the flat, a lot of space, and a nice open field tackle by Goodall. Number 10 coming over from the safety spot to make that tackle.
But great downfield blocking by Webster that time to enable him to get that far down. He picks up another 6 yards.
That's what makes these plays so efficient, is when you get those downfield blocks, as you saw right there as Victor picked up 8 on the play. 3rd and short. More motion. You see motion in almost every play. And we might have had the Tigers come across the line of scrimmage. This should give MacArthur a first down. It appeared that the Tigers were blitzing, and they were slanting down and moving down and trying to crunch there the line of scrimmage, and might have made a move. They went across the line before the snap.
Probably take the penalty.
Offsides. Defense, number 26. 5-yard penalty. Result of the penalty. First down.
First penalty on the Tigers tonight. And that gives Mac the first down. 1st and goal, and the ball's at the 3.
Not a good time if you're a Tiger fan to commit that offsides, but the Tigers have got to be strong. And now we've got an official's timeout as the referee will talk it over with the back judge.
The officials, by the way, for tonight's ball game, the referee is Ricky Herron, the umpire, Michael Washington. Robert Kaha is the head linesman. The line judge is Hirsch Lashmana, and the back judge is Albert Bryant. Your clock operator tonight, Mr. Wally Banks.
Mr. Kaha. All right, 1st and goal. Right up to Henderson, breaks one, he's in, touchdown Cardinals. Ortiz scores his 11th touchdown of the season, now with 66 points. And the Cardinals strike first. They use about half a quarter thanks to a fumbled punt that kept the drive alive. MacArthur will always fake that like they were going to go for 2. Sanchez for the extra point. And it's good. Well, nothing fancy, Mr. Brown.
No, they just give the ball up the middle. It's just simple blocking and tackling here, and just a good job of running. And it was Young who grabbed a hold of him, but it was just a little bit too late, and it was just like a rugby scrum that time as he pushes his way in. And Mac takes advantage of the turnover and gets 7 points. It's one of those things, the Tigers aren't a good enough team to overcome a lot of turnovers, and that's something that bit them right there.
Yeah, they don't want to find themselves in a hole. As you take a look at Coach Delatorre, talked to him before the game. He said, you know, our guys had a good practice. You know, their heads are still on straight. They're not down on themselves. You know, if you can't get up for a rivalry, it's, you know, hard to get up for anything like that.
This is true.
And he said he felt his kids were going to be ready and prepared. He said You know, he's got a young team. I mean, even though he has over 20 seniors on this team, only 6 of those 20 seniors that came back actually played last year on the varsity. The others were, you know, on the A team or B team of the JV, and so he's got a lot of guys with inexperience out there. And I think in some situations it shows. Sanchez, he'll do his version of the pooch, and it is fielded right about the 32 or so and taken down by number 11, Austin Parr. So this will be the first time we see the Irving Tiger offense on the field, led by Kevon Thomas, number 1. He has pretty much had to carry this team on his shoulders offensively. As you take a look at the offense, Williams, Martinez, Diaz, Torbett, and Mendez, your 5 on the line. Goodall, Choice, Leyva, and Phillips, the other cast of characters, along with Hall at running back. Coach Basil said he worries about Hall just as much as he does Thomas. And here goes Thomas. And he rattles off about 10 yards on his initial carry. Nicely done by Thomas. Thomas, the second leading rusher on this team, with over 200 yards in 4 games. And if you key on Thomas, well, that's when it's time to spread it out a little bit offensively.
Well, they would like to control the clock and control the football as much as they can.
Nobody in the backfield. Goodall across the middle. Good for 12 yards and another Tiger first down. Goodall has scored in every game but 1 this year. And Coach Delatorre said, hey, he got his catches, let me tell you, last week. Boy, a nice hit put on him that time by Maclick, number 21, and he's going to take a breather. He got sandwiched.
Boy, he did.
But he held on to the football. Candace Hall in at running back, number 22, as Thomas goes under center. What is this I'm looking at? Who goes under center? Thomas to the left. Squeezes out about 4 on the play. He's 2nd down and 6 for the Tigers. Man, when's the last time we've seen a quarterback go under center?
Well, Tony McDonald making the stop that time. But Hall picking up 3 yards.
Hall averaging close to 5 yards a carry for this offense. 2 Tigers to near, 2 to the top. No tight end, but a single back with the quarterback Thomas. And Thomas will hold on to it and then run for his life when the pursuit catches up to him in the backfield, and he'll drop a couple there.
Greg Delaney coming up from his defensive end position that time and just forced the play that the Tigers just didn't have a chance to get anywhere.
No, contain is the key, and that was talking about one of the keys. Coach Basil told me, he said, you know, we've got to stop the run, be physical. He said on our end of it, we've got to establish the run, but on the defensive side, we've got to stop the run. And that was one of the important factors he brought up to me earlier this week. So it's 3rd down. Call it a long 9. Tigers in a tight formation offensively. And we've got a penalty
Too
flag.
much time.
They used up all that 40 seconds on the clock.
Delay of game.
Yep.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
Well, just some bugaboos here in the first quarter by Irving High. First defensively, now offensively, trying to make things a little tough on them. Defensively, as you take a look at Coach Basil for the Cards, Delaney, Watson, Clark, Langford, your 4 up front. Malik, Newman, Martinez, your linebackers, and the Bandit. I like the Bandit. Pierre, Kincaid, Fisher, Brown, your DBs and safeties.
Burt Reynolds is playing back there.
He is. Thomas across the middle to Goodall again, and it looks like he's got enough for the first down.
Oh, that was pretty. Talk about fearless. Goodall got whacked the last time, and it comes right back.
About a 12-yard pickup. It all starts with time in the backfield. And Kevon had plenty of time to find his favorite receiver coming across the middle. Number 12, Tony McDonald, in on the coverage. But not until the Tigers keep this drive alive with a first down at the 32-yard line of MacArthur. Motion. Thomas fakes the handoff, rolls left. Goodall is open. Well, he had him for a second. Goes to a secondary receiver. Tiger coaches want the penalty flag and won't get it.
I'll tell you, you're right. Goodall was wide open for a moment, but Thomas was sprinting that way. He's a right-handed thrower, so he had to turn his body all the way around. By the time he finally did get turned around, Goodall was covered, and he went underneath to the receiver there. As you see you don't see number 10 there. He's instead throwing to one of the underneath people that time, Noah Salinas.
Defensively, Fisher knocking the ball out of his hands. Stops the clock, second down, 10 again. Got a fullback in, and Goodall in motion to the top of your screen. And they hand off to the second man through Hall, and Hall reels off about 11, 12 yards. And another Tiger first down.
Ay caramba, what a hole that time.
Remind me of the old Power I days, the I formation days at Irving High, when they would run that.
Yeah, they handed off to Jamal Evans, and look at the size of that hole, for goodness sakes. And the linebacker was sucked underneath.
Yeah, Justin Rose went left, and he should have stayed home because the play was coming his direction. First down by the Tigers, and the offense, who's been averaging about 30 a game, they come up to the line of scrimmage. Shell the third in motion. They fake it to Shell. Thomas off left tackle. Nice move at the 15. He tippy-toes and shifts his way inside the 10. Another Tiger first down. First and goal to go, as the Tigers are moving the football, and really some good play calling tonight, trying to mix things up, and they look a lot sharper than what we saw them play earlier in the year.
Well, you look like you're calling smart signals when the offensive line is opening such big holes like that, and you execute. I mean, that's just simple blocking and tackling, and that O-line the last two plays opening up some enormous holes to run through.
Fowler and Parr near side. Thomas again with a strong set left, and at the last second he gives to Hall, and Hall
loses two.
Yep, runs into the back of his own man, but you got a great push though defensively by the Cardinals. And that's when you wish you were playing pro rules. I might not have been ruled down. Lost his footing a little bit and loses a couple in the process. So second down and goal from the 10. Closing in on 2.5 minutes of the first quarter. Trips to the near. Fowler to the far side. Thomas is a quick toss and incomplete. Trying to hit Shell out there in the flats. And the quick hitter not working that time, and that'll stop the clock.
I know, but this is just a guess on my part. Fade pattern to Goodall this time.
A fade, or do you have him run the post again across the middle?
Yeah, let's see where they line him up.
He's
going to be in the slot here. So
I could see him doing a 10 and across the middle. Kind of trips coming out. He's going to the far side, and it's almost intercepted.
If Thomas throws it out further, Goodall runs under it for 6.
Tony McDonald, number 12, the junior, defensively. They tried that drag play where they just run him all the way across, and man, McDonald almost comes up with the play defensively, but like you said, not enough air underneath it. And the Tigers will settle for a field goal attempt. It is straight on, though, as Mendez comes in. Placed at 17, so a 27-yard kick. And he gets all of that and splits the uprights, and the Tigers are on the board at the 2:26 mark of the first quarter. So somewhat of a victory for the Cardinals, stopping them down there at the 10. We got a penalty flag. Hold on, offsides.
Decline. Kick is good.
They'll take the kick. Sometimes they can add that 5 yards on the kickoff. And if so, they'll kick it from the 45. As you take a look at the Cardinal coaches talking to their defense, and you know they got to feel pretty good about stopping them there after giving up so many yards and watching them drive down.
But I'm sure the coaches there are going to talk about what they're doing offensively with the line. And sometimes it's just a matter of alignment, where you place everybody, and it's kind of X's and O's ball game with the coaches in terms of putting them in the right positions. And you see a lot of that on the opening drive sometimes. They're using different type of schemes out there that maybe they weren't used to, maybe not, I don't know.
But then once they see that, get over that initial push, if you will, then they make the adjustments on the sideline. And that second time through, I mean, how many Cowboy games have we seen that the offense comes out in that first drive, they just look golden, and then you never see that out of them again, you know? It's because the opposition has come up with a way to stop it. All right, so Mendez will tee it up. Last time he pooched it to about the 25. Got an idea he's going to do it again. This time a little shorter. It's a free ball, and there's some running room here on the near side. I don't know why they
did
blew
his
the
knee
whistle.
touch down when he picked it up?
Well, did he call for a fair catch?
That's another part, but if he's running, then that's a penalty for delay of game, shouldn't it be?
Yeah. Coach Basil talking to his young player. I believe that was Pollard.
Yeah, he called a fair catch.
Yep.
So
Yep. So good call on the officials' part, but like you said, I've seen him throw a delay penalty for taking off on that. And I saw Delatorre talking to the official there, trying to get his 2 cents in. So it's 1st and 10. Cardinals with the ball at the 33. Second time around for them, and Henderson goes off left tackle for maybe 3 or so. The middle of that Tiger line doing its job defensively. Last one off the stack, number 30, Noah Salinas. We talked about Noah already a couple times tonight. The middle linebacker in the scheme oftentimes will tee off on that running back. And he'll get a lot of tackles because of that. Kane Harden, number 16, the junior, off to a great start this year. Henderson going off tackle to his right. He may be just a hair shy of a first down, but picks up good yardage in the process.
great line surge that time on the right side of the line.
3rd down and 1. Got a couple more plays left of this first quarter. You know, when you get the running game going and the defenses will try to key on the running game, that's when you can open up the passing. Tigers man-to-man defensively here on the near side. They go back to Henderson again. Great speed, nice move at the midfield stripe, and he gets about another 8 after that. Ball down to the 43 of the Tigers. Another first down for MacArthur.
Just a great job of all the line doing the blocking there. Henderson hitting the hole quick. He's got that great speed.
Christian Duran, the number 94, the left or right end for the Tigers that time, was hoping for a holding call. I saw him turn around and look at the official after that play, but didn't get it. Henderson again ducks under one tackle and picks up 2 or 3 to about the 40. So it's kind of like one play, he'll get just a couple, then the next thing you know, he's reeling off, 8 or 10 yards.
Well, and that's what you do with a great back. You just keep running him. Sooner or later, he breaks one. Markel Cook's making the stop that time for Irving.
Just 1 second off between the play and the game clock, so MacArthur will get one more play here in the first quarter. Kane, a long count, says, give me the ball. And he does, and it goes over his head. And he wisely just falls on it instead of turning it over, and there's one of the few mistakes by MacArthur. Well, we saw a couple to start the game, but they end the first quarter like they started the first quarter with a couple of boo-boos, and you saw him clap, and he was like, come on, and by the time it got to him, it went over his head.
You want the ball? There it is, sucker.
He said, you want it bad enough, you got it. All right, we finished a quarter of football. The score, the Cardinals 7, the Tigers 3, back for the second quarter in a moment. All right, 3rd down and 20 as we begin the second quarter of play here at Irving School Stadium on ICTN. Kane, he's hit a couple of times, gets it off and overthrows his intended receiver. Tried to hit number 17, Jordan Seals, streaking down the line, and he had a couple of steps on his defender.
Well, but he was under a lot of pressure that time, Harden was.
So credit the Tiger defensive front providing a little pressure there on Harden.
Yeah, he just does get away from one man, and he just does get the ball away. And he was throwing really on the run like that, so he couldn't get his feet set to throw the ball right.
Salinas was the first one to provide pressure that time as the kick is underway. Goodall just backs away from this one, and that might put his team a little deeper than he might wanted to, down to about the 5-yard. But he didn't want to fumble like last time. I think you get a little gun shy sometimes when that happens. But the Tigers will have it, first down and 10 at their own 5.5, 6-yard line as we start the second quarter.
Well, it's dangerous when that ball is bouncing around like that anyway, so better to take what you get.
Interesting quarter I'm going to watch here defensively for the Cardinals. This has really been the quarter that has really hurt them defensively. The second quarter has been really bad on them the first 4 games. It's when they've really given up a lot of their points. One point that Coach Basil tried to make is Thomas goes straight up the middle after the fake. Picks up about 5 as the players push and shove each other a little bit there toward the end of the play. Coach Basil said, I was happy with the way the guys have been playing in the second half. It's just that second quarter we've lost focus.
Well, they make the adjustments at halftime, and obviously they've worked pretty well so far, but you just never know why you just have a bad quarter. You can understand the first quarter when, sometimes you're just out of the gun and they're throwing things differently at you that you didn't expect.
In motion was Gomez in tight right. Thomas is nothing but just a flare out to Hall. And Hall looks like he's got enough for the first down.
Yeah, it's a simple gain.
Yep, nothing fancy, just a little swing pass. Try to take advantage of your speed. Get him out there in open territory. Take a look at some of the Tiger coaches calling in the plays. Either that or they got stung by wasps.
There's that too.
First and 10. Trips to the near. Deuces to the top. Thomas looks left, hangs in, and completes right across the middle. That's 15, 20 yards in the pickup by Decorious Choice, number 5. Credit Thomas. Watch, he waits and doesn't get too happy with the feet. Just waits for Choice to come across. Gets a really good block by Parr that time downfield to spring him for the first down. Coach Delatorre talking to the official who's laughing about something, so must have been funny. Please share with us. First and 10. Handoff left side, a couple of broken tackles. There goes Hall down the sideline, and another first down by the Tigers. Man, after that first initial surge, I thought they had him at the line of scrimmage. He picks up about, 15 yards on the play.
Yeah, they're going to mark him at midfield, so that's a 16-yard pickup, and just a missed tackle there, and a great job of the right side of the line, and the receivers over there knocking some people loose.
Yeah, the broken tackle at the line, that set things off. So here we go again. Another first down for Irving. Hall goes out in motion. They cut it right inside. Goodall with another, 13-yard pickup.
There you go.
And he's just making a living of going 10, 12 yards and just kind of setting down, hooking in and waiting for Thomas to get him the ball.
You know what? Because we saw him get whacked on his first catch, and he's still going over the middle like that. You got to have some guts to play this game, and do that and run over the middle. And Goodall's a good one.
Got an official's timeout, and we're through with the official's timeout. That didn't take long. Langford and Whaley were trying to come in for MacArthur that time defensively, but came back so fast that officials did. They didn't have time to react. Meanwhile, another run by Hall, this time off left tackle. And now those two defensive linemen will come in as Coach Basil's looking for some fresh troops.
Good job by Malik that time to slow that play up and make the tackle.
2nd down and 8, and the Tigers are just continuing what they started in the first quarter. Just mix it up 50-50, giving to Hall and then throwing. There's a little down and out, another hook. Good all, wrapped up nicely, but not until he picks up about 8 yards. Sets up a very manageable 3rd down and short for Irving. Well, that's why he's his favorite target, right? He seems to find a way to get open and find the open seam.
That was a good tackle, too, by Marcus Long to prevent him getting any further. So it'll bring up 3rd down and 1. This is 2-down territory anyway. This is
full house backfield, go left.
Shell's got it. Rose wrapped him up, but he was able to fall forward, I believe, and get the 1st down.
Or was he? No. 4th down.
Oh. I thought he did fall forward to get it.
So that sets up a 4th down and about the length of the football. I'm thinking that they said the knee had touched before he had crossed that imaginary line for the 1st. So here come the Tigers. It will be a quick snap. They try to drag them off sides, and they came out so fast that the MacArthur coaches wanted to rethink this one over, and they've called time.
First of the first half.
A good job to do that. We got MacArthur this week. We will see them next week as well here on ICTN. This time against R.L. Turner. We saw Turner last week here on ICTN as they played Nimitz. Nimitz took care of them pretty good, but another week, and there you see the game time and the times you will see it here on ICTN.
Homecoming for the Cards. Let's talk the series, Lance.
It has been, it's a very close series, but it has really been MacArthur who has dominated in this century. The Tigers have had their problems, and as you can see, a lot of Irving, And in fact, they have won 9 out of the last 11. Have the Cardinales, and the Mid-City Kitties have not won 2 in a row for a long time.
4th down, Thomas barely got that one off. And I don't know if Hall made the 1st down. Boy, if he did, it was 2nd effort. I don't know if Kevon tripped on a player. If the surge pushed, somebody pushed him back. He barely got that to his running back. If they get the 1st down, they did. Watch the center right there. Center stepped on his foot. And he's lucky to get that to his running back before being down on his knee. Look at that. And then a good 2nd effort by Hall.
Yeah, McDonald was holding onto his jersey best he could, but Hall was able to fall forward. Good effort and a 1st down.
One of those plays that won't show up in the stat sheet, but could be a very important part of this drive for Irving. Thomas. Plenty of pressure. Yep, there's the yellow flag. Tried to hit Goodall, but it's going to come back as right there in front of the referee was a holding.
Absolutely. This is a pretty easy call for referee Ricky Herron.
Holding. Offense, number 70. 10-yard penalty. Remains 1st down.
I believe that was on left tackle, number 77, Mario Diaz, a sophomore. Remember when they used not to give the name or the numbers in high school?
Never.
First they started in college, and that went for 2 or 3, 4 years, and then now all of a sudden they're pointing out the high school player.
Well, first off, they never announced it anyway.
Right.
They never had wireless mics back then.
There's Goodall, the quick screen. Got some good. He fumbled the football, did he? No. My bad. Looked like he had fumbled the football. gets a few yards. That play at the beginning I thought developed rather well, but then it just kind of collapsed on him in a hurry. And it brings up 2nd down and 12.
Well, it's just a little screen pass they're throwing here, and Thomas just does get away with it. And Goodall getting the hard yards again.
So 2nd and 12. We're already past the halfway point of the second quarter.
5th reception for Goodall.
Thomas fakes and then goes up the middle. How he got through the first line of defense is beyond me. Probably just his speed.
Well, no, they opened up a little hole through that crease, and he just saw it and jumped right through there.
Watch the line to your right.
Look at him cut right
that
through
move,
there.
That's a move right there. See, he put a good move on Malik, one of the co-captains tonight for MacArthur. Parr a little confused on what the play is. As one of the slot backs. Coach Basil really jumping up and down on the sidelines. He sees something that the Tigers have done offensively.
Offensive tackle jump.
And also one of the receivers jumped as well.
Offense, number 75. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
Right tackle jump.
Well, I'm sure if Coach De La Torre could have one part of this first half to improve on, it's those mistakes, penalties have just.
Yeah, that's the 4th penalty on him.
And he talked about that with me before the game. He says that we just got to improve on making the penalties go away. So it's 3rd and 10. Thomas waits again, gets through on the move. Great move at the 20. He's got another 1st down, and it's 1st and goal for the Tigers.
Wow. Thomas is impressive, isn't he?
He is. He just has such great moves in the open field. If you can't catch him behind the line, once he gets here, look out. He just ducks underneath one defender, makes a nice move right there on another before he's dragged down from behind by Malik. So here we go, 1st and goal inside the 10. Will Thomas call his own number again as Shell goes in motion, fakes to Shell, goes up the middle, but this time he's wrapped up rather well by number 21 Kirkland, or excuse me, by number 21 Malik.
Yeah.
Yeah, he pretty much. I wonder if the coach said, "I don't care what happens, you go straight for the quarterback." Don't know if that was the center's job to pick him up or not.
Well, bottom line is he lost yards, and Malik made a heck of a play.
He did. 2nd down and goal. Well, he tried to hit Goodall. Goodall's way here to the near sideline. Just that quick little flare over the hall and incomplete. So now we got a 3rd and goal. You know, a lot of fans probably don't realize this, but right above us is one of the coaches' booths. And you can always tell whether the play is backfired or not because you can hear him just pounding,
yes.
stomping on the table or the desk, and it bleeds through, and we can hear that. So it's like, oh, that's not going as designed. All right, 3rd down and goal.
5 on the play clock.
Direct snap. Goodall. There's Thomas wide open. Touchdown.
Isn't that pretty?
Yes, it was.
Little flea flicker that time. And Goodall tosses the touchdown pass.
Well, it started out with Thomas acting like he was talking, to the line, and they direct snapped it to Goodall. I don't know. Goodall might have been able even to roll in to the right himself, but Thomas snuck through, and MacArthur was left wondering where everybody was going, and Goodall hits Thomas for the touchdown. And now Mendez will come in for the extra point. And it is good. And the Tigers have the lead for the first time in the ball game. Watch it again, a direct snap to Shell. Flips it over to Goodall.
Thomas wide open. Isn't that pretty?
By the time the Cardinal defense reacted, it was just too late.
And the Cardinals have the lead. The Tigers have.
Well, you get this when these two teams play, don't you? One team hadn't won a game all year, and the other's playing rather well, and you think there's no way that the team that hasn't won a game all year can make a game of it. And, of course, we still have 2 quarters to play.
Oh,
yeah. But still, at this point in time, it's a very competitive, and obviously,
And they inhaled the clock, too.
Yeah.
that.
Wonder how it feels for an Irving team when they're the visitors when they come to this stadium. Most of the time you're over here on the home side, and then when you come, you're like, oh, this is how.
At least once a year they do that. So.
All right, Mendez will tee it off. He's pooched it twice already, and he's going to do it again. But the Cardinals are going to try to run with it. Webster peels around and sticks his head down over the 40 to the 41-42. And the Cardinals will have plenty of time.
Probably about 8 out of 10 times those are, fair catches or no gains once you catch it. But every now and then they bust one like that. Picked up 10 extra yards there.
Well, let's see what the Cardinals have in their playbook. Again, 4 minutes, 20 seconds. You can pretty much stick to what you know.
Stick to the game plan.
Yep.
Oh, beautiful.
Cardinals caught him in a blitz and brought down his Victor.
Good move by Victor, too, as he had to change his direction that time, kept his feet, and picks up 14 yards.
Perla is either Perla 28 or Shell, one of those two. Might have been Shell, came off the corner to blitz that time. And the Cardinals caught him. And they pick up a quick first down, and now they're in the Irving's end of the field. Take up the middle. Little pass. Sanchez got the sideline, a nice downfield block, and he's run out of bounds. Close, if not to the 20-yard line.
Boy, it sure looked like he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw that pass, though. Because the ball went forward.
Webster with a nice downfield block for Sanchez, one of a couple of those JVers from a year ago. Hodges and Sanchez, last year playing JV, this year called upon to make things happen and contribute. Henderson, right side. He's got the room, cuts back, touchdown.
Great block, Webster, too.
Boy, that didn't take long, did it? Henderson and the Cardinals answer in about a minute's time as they went about 60 yards. Another touchdown for Henderson. Sanchez for the point after. And the Cardinals retake the lead.
Watch the touchdown run again here, Henderson. And simple. Watch number one, Webster, doing great downfield blocking.
Doesn't give up on the defender. It's so easy just to, lock on and block for a couple of counts and then let go of it. But you never know what's behind you. And that's a good example right there of just staying with your defender. And
Scott, I don't know, do we still have it up there though on Harden when he completed that pass before then?
You're still thinking he might have crossed the line, huh?
I definitely think he crossed the line.
3:41 before the half. Don't forget.
We're checking back here.
Both bands at halftime and the drill teams, and hopefully there's some banana pudding with my name on it while Lance handles your halftime duties.
Probably not, Rob. That's why I got it and kind of wiped it out there.
Did you take care of that before the game started?
Yeah, I'm sorry to tell you that, partner.
Uh-oh.
You snooze,
you lose.
Yeah.
All right, Sanchez. Will he pooch kick it?
No.
Straight away. Surprise, surprise. Into the end zone it goes as Fowler watches that one go out of the end zone. It's kind of funny how shocked we are and surprised when a team actually kicks it straight away. But it goes into the end zone, and they'll bring it back to the 25.
Let's see it there. Boy, that was close. That was really close.
If you notice, there was an official right there down the line looking at it, so you'd think he had his eye on it.
Well, Tigers have 3:41, plenty of time to do something.
Oh, absolutely, and they've got all 3 of their timeouts to boot. So what will they do offensively? Will it be the Kevon Thomas show? Well, first of all, he's going to hand off to Hall. And Hall's is going to plow his way for a couple of yards off that right side before he's met by the inside of the Cardinal line.
Tigers haven't punted tonight.
We haven't seen a lot of, what, 1-2 punts tonight and all, I believe.
Yeah, and the Tigers fumbled one of the MacArthur punts. And MacArthur recovered, and then the Tigers got the ball back, kicked the field goal, scored a touchdown their last time. So they moved the ball well.
Hall in at running back. They faked to Hall. Thomas runs that little out pattern again over to Goodall, and not quite as many yards as he's gotten a couple of times. He gets maybe 4. The officials keep the clock rolling. Reminder, this year they started with the 40-second play clock. As soon as the play is over, they start the 40 seconds. Should ask Wally if he's gotten used to that or not. Wally Banks, the clock operator here at ISS Stadium. All right, here we go. 3rd down and 4. Closing in on 2 minutes to go. Thomas again flushed out of the pocket trying to direct traffic, and instead of throwing it, he just goes out of bounds and stops the clock.
Why wouldn't you throw it out of bounds instead of losing all those yards?
I bet they talked to him about that.
Well, you just throw the ball out of bounds. I mean, once you're past the tackle box, you can throw it, up into the stands, and it doesn't matter. First Tiger punt of the night.
Yep. The clock is stopped at 2:06. MacArthur could get pretty good field position.
It's a pretty good punt, too.
Yep.
That's a pretty good catch.
Mendez also doing the punting duties as you see him walking off the field. Had pretty good distance, but more importantly, had a lot of height to it, so the Cardinals couldn't return it. Well, the Tiger defense is going to be called upon here to try to put the brakes on MacArthur before halftime.
Well, 51 yards away, 1:58, 2 timeouts left. So, I mean, obviously there's plenty of time here for the Cardinals to get some more points here before the end of the half.
Shoot, we saw what they did last time. They used about a minute and a half, couple of minutes just to go about 60 yards. Low snap, handled well. Henderson off the right side. Just carries a few guys with him in the process and picks up 16, 17 yards and just one handoff. Coach Delatorre said, the number one thing on his list this ball game he wanted was his guys to tackle. He says, I'm really afraid of their running game. Tackle, tackle, tackle. Sanchez goes out of bounds. Forced out by Vincent, number 12 on coverage. Stops the clock. Cardinals don't have to use a timeout. This is a big drive for the Tigers, though. The battle pretty much offensively to get those points. Here comes Harden again, just like that. Hits Henderson. Or Webster, excuse me. Another Cardinal first down. Also stops the clock.
Just like Unitas to Berry.
There's Henderson. Breaks the tackle. Good footwork and good strength. 8.5, 9 yards, right down the middle. MacArthur really not in any hurry. Just keep the legs moving, Lance.
Yeah, and that's the work in the weight room right there. And Henderson has that great vision, too. That's some stuff you don't teach.
2nd and short. Nose of the football just kissing over the 10. Henderson right side, touchdown. Give Webster a brownie point, too, as he had a nice block out on the edge. We've called his name a couple of times as the receiver, doing a good job downfield, and Henderson has, what, his 3rd touchdown of the ball game?
Yep.
Racking up the points. He's going to lead the Metroplex in scoring at this rate.
Flag down.
It looked like the Tigers might have jumped off sides.
Result of the kick.
Tacked on.
Good.
Now up by a score of 21-10. It's all about the running game, Mr. Brown.
Got the pulling guard out there, does his job. And Henderson has the big hole, the good speed. And bada bing, bada boom.
Look at the line. Just watch the big guys. They
That's
all just
right.
they just lock up on someone, and they do their job, and they give Henderson a lot of room to run. And you know, just a few minutes ago, we were talking about Irving on top, first lead of the ball game, and now the Cardinals have answered with 14 unanswered points.
Yeah.
It's like they kind of woke up like, wait a minute, they've taken the lead.
Mr. Henderson with 3 touchdowns so far. Having himself a pretty darn good night.
Yeah, first half, right?
Yeah, 11 carries, 97 yards, too.
Well, Tiger faithful, hoping that maybe they can get a pretty good return and have enough time to put some points on the board before the half. Fowler will pick it up at about the 1 yard line. And he ends up running out of bounds before getting to the 20. So that actually works.
Well for Mac.
Yeah, doesn't it? Yeah, we got a penalty flag. Hold on.
Offsides. Kicking team, number 12.
Mac was
5-yard
offside,
penalty.
so that,
Re-kick.
there goes that field position.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
You could tell it. Tony McDonald, number 12.
One of those want to get away moments.
Ding.
One would assume it's pooch time. But, you know, assuming will often get you wrong.
Fowler choice back deep.
Whoa!
Look at that. So, yeah.
On the leg.
Choice turned around and said, goodness, this is going over my head.
Well, look, when you got a kicker with a big leg, ride that puppy. Uh-oh, another flag is down.
Offside.
Mac is offsides again.
Number 12. 5-yard penalty. Re-kick.
Yeah, is it number McDonald again? Oh, yeah. Hey, there could have been 2 guys.
They had
offsides,
2 guys that time. But come on, guys. Don't you do this in practice?
You know what? The kickoff here is taking longer than the whole second quarter.
Yeah. Boy, this time Sanchez will kick it from the 30.
Come on, Ryan. Try kicking it out again.
I'd love to see that. Kid's got a hell of a leg there, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's refreshing to see a team actually kick it deep.
Mac used to do the run up to the ball and then come back.
Here we go again.
Everybody's back.
He's
This
kicking
might
it
go outside, out
out
of
of
bounds.
bounds.
Another penalty. Will they make him kick it again?
Yeah,
I would.
Yeah. And say, can we take it at the 35? Let's see.
Free kick out of bounds. It's a kicking team. 5-yard penalty. Free kick.
You
Kick
bet.
it, sure.
Absolutely. Make him kick it from the 25 now.
Oh, those gunners and all the guys.
Oh,
on
they're gonna
Mac,
be
they're going to
gassed.
be winded.
Not only the gas, but, you know, they're going to be kicking it from Addison in a couple minutes.
You know, the Tigers could end up with great field position. The other time, you know, when you kick straight away like this, sometimes you outkick your coverage. They're at 35, I think.
Now they're going to
First
put it
down,
on 40.
Irving
Looks
at
like,
the 40-yard line.
40 because where they kicked it off originally. Probably a smart move. They probably wouldn't be able to get it all the way back to the 40 anyway on the return. So
we'll put it right on that X.
X marks the spot. All right, so after all that, still 48 seconds to go. Tigers on their own 40. 3 to the near, 2 to the top. Thomas straight back. Oops. Lot of time.
Oh,
Knocked
magnificent.
away at the last minute.
Don't you like
Defensively.
that, huh? Good job that time defensively by the safety coming up that time, Fisher. Rashad Fisher, looked at him shoot through here at the last instant and knock that away from Goodall. Good job, Fisher.
Second down and 10. Still just over 40 seconds to go. Cardinals playing really deep defensively in the secondary. Choice. Fumbles right to Goodall. Johnny on the spot. Mr. Chase. Well, here it is again. Short snap. And Choice right there loses it, but Goodall was Johnny on the spot. Gave him 2 or 3 extra yards. Tigers still have all 3 timeouts. And they still have a lot of time, really.
Absolutely.
Compared to where the football is located. Thomas looks left, wants a screen. Goodall comes across. Sidesteps a couple of defenders and gets inside the 35. That'll give him another first down. More importantly, stops the clock.
They'll take a timeout.
Well, this has worked well for him, Lance.
Yeah, it has, and it worked well again there. Goodall getting underneath the blockers, and that time it was Marcus Brown coming up to make the stop, but a 16-yard pickup.
Well, they got 35 yards in 25 seconds to cover. Not quite the 49 points they scored on the Cardinals last year, which was the most they've ever scored in the 46-year history of that rivalry. But we might have a combined 46 before you can shake a stick. Devon Thomas all by himself. He's been pretty much alone in the backfield tonight, and now I think Coach Basil says, all right, I want to see what
they're going to do. And
yeah, then I'll call time. Can't take the timeouts with me in the second half, so
right.
I might as well use them.
Use them or lose them, yeah.
So these last 4 minutes have taken a while. talk about that record book, that 49 points scored by Irving last year, the most by a Tiger team in the 46-year history of this rivalry.
Dating back to 95.
Irving 48-10 winners then. Well, now the chess match continues. So what happens now that, Basil calls timeout based on what he sees? Now, what if Delatorre says, I want to change what I did? And it looks pretty much the same. 3 at the top, 2 at the bottom, as you can tell there. Safety's about 10 yards back. Crossing pattern to Choice. Thomas really took a hit hard right there toward the end of the play. They end up with about 5 on it, and another timeout called by the Tigers. That will leave them with 1 timeout with 17 seconds to go before intermission. Both schools, their band and the drill team ready to perform. They've been waiting a while. At a certain time mark of that second quarter is when the band and the drill teams will come out and get ready. And I think they've been they've been ready for quite a while. 3rd year for Coach Delatorre. 1-1 against MacArthur.
Last year got his team to the playoffs, but this year much tougher going. Of course, last year he had the opportunity to have one of the just a great running back just kind of fall into his lap there.
They will be hosting R.L. Turner in a couple of weeks for homecoming.
Last year when he had Antonio Franklin, man, he was terrific.
All right, here we go. After the timeout, this is not a screen. He's running for his life, and it's dropped by Hodges.
Manos di Piedra.
Saliba. So, good news, though, it stops the clock.
Bad news is, and
there's only 10 seconds left.
Yeah, Parr is not happy with himself, as well he shouldn't be. That will never get any easier.
That first play first started, the defensive line came in so quickly for MacArthur. You thought, they're going to run another screen pass, but that was not by design. The Cardinals really got a jump on the snap, and they sent Kevon running for his life. So here we go, 3rd down with 10 seconds to go. He looks left. He is going to go to right to Goodall, throws it up for grabs, and somehow Chase comes down with it, but they don't get a lot of yardage out of it. The Cardinals were ready for that.
Well, and that's all Thomas had out there was Goodall, who makes his 9th reception. But they were all over him. It's realistically too far to kick a field goal into the wind like this.
See, they were calling the screen, and the Cardinals, they had it sniffed out.
One heck of a catch by Goodall, though.
He just seems to grab whatever's thrown in his direction, right?
And that's the reason Thomas threw it up there, because he threw it up there for grabs, but he knows Goodall is so good that he'll come down with it. But now on 4th down, it's 4th down and 4. Of course, the yardage is irrelevant if there's 3 seconds left, so this is the last play. The ball here on the 27-yard line, so if they want to try a field goal, it would be about a 45, 44-yard try.
Mendez is out there, so they're going to. Now, his holder is Thomas, just FYI. It's going to be a 45-yard kick by Luis. We've seen him go this far. Thomas looking to the sideline, shaking his hands like, we're not going to fake it, because look at everybody defensively. The Cardinals have 4 guys back. I think they were going to fake it, to be honest, but Coach Delatorre is telling Thomas, this way, we'll take the delay, and that's what's happened. I don't know if you saw this, but Thomas looked at his coach and shook his hands like, no, we can't do this.
Game.
Look, Matt's not stupid. They know, they know how far it is.
Still 4th down.
Stiff wind he's blowing, he's going to try to kick it into.
They dropped 4 guys about 10 yards off the line, and then they had 1 guy like in the end zone.
Yeah.
The uber safety.
Right. Basil knew what was coming.
Sure.
And And now obviously it's Hail Mary time here.
All right, Fowler, who's rather tall, here's to the near side. Thomas has just got to throw it up for grabs. Now he's running for his life. Somehow breaks the pocket, spins, and then goes down.
Loses a yard.
He just didn't have enough space to rock and roll that thing and heave it into the end zone. So after everything's all said and done, as long as I don't see any yellow hankies out there, the half is over. Our score, MacArthur 21, Irving 10. Halftime highlights, statistics, and the bands coming up next. Stay with us.
Bands? Did somebody say they wanted bands? Hey, we got it for you here. The Toy Tigers right now are out there with the Cardettes to pull a one of these joint type of halftime shows. Should be fun. They always are. So let's go down to the field right now, and let's see what they got lined up for us.
Lieutenant Kendall Clemens, Lieutenant Quadria Freeman, Lieutenant Kennedy Carter, Lieutenant Ashley Featherston, Lieutenant Chrissy Jarvis, First Lieutenant Lily Tanner, and Captain Annette Venegas. Toy Tiger Dancer of the Week is Genesis Cruz. Toy Tiger Spirit Member of the Week is Georgette Monsivais. Toy Tiger Squad of the Week is Amaris Amores. Cardette Smiles of the Week are Destiny Blanco and Kennedy Carter. Cardette Spirit Girls of the Week are Perla Casturita and Nayeli Polanco. Cardette Rookies of the Week are Rhea Bledsoe and Paloma Medina. Cardette of the Week is Carlin Johnson. Miss High Kick of the Week is Reese LeClaire. Miss Jump Split of the Week is Darlene Gutierrez. Cardette Teachers of the Week are Mr. Cody Dollar, Mr. Jean-Luc, Coach Bobby Parsons, and Miss Stephanie Strike. The Toy Tigers are under the direction of Monica Reyes, and the Cardettes are under the direction of Mrs. Stephanie Garrick, assisted by Miss Caitlin Granado. In the spirit of friendship and sportsmanship, the two drill teams will join together to perform their traditional kick routine to Magnificent Seven.
Direct your attention to the center of the field and welcome the apex of sound, the quintessence of marchery, the musical tour de force, the pride of Irving High School, the Irving High School Marching Tiger Band. Tonight, the Tiger Band will present their UIL production entitled Haunted. The band is under the field direction of drum majors Audrey Kennedy, Charlie Abrego, and Luis Gonzalez. The drumline captain is Tommy Martinez. The color guard captains are Helen Tran and Savon Wynn. Section of the week is the flute section. And the marcher of the week is Lizette Cervantes. Irving Band, you may now begin your halftime performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2014
Marching Tiger Band. The Tiger Band is under the direction of Brandon Huff, John Cornish, and John Cabot. The color guard director is Miss Christina Brinkley. The principal at Irving High School is Ana Gomez. The director of fine arts for the Irving Independent School District is Dr. Michael Ryan. The voice of the Tiger Band this evening is Matt Epperson. Visit the Irving Band website at www.irvingband.com. Tomorrow, the band competes at the Broken Arrow Invitational in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma at 12:45 p.m. Good luck, band.
All right, so a nice performance by the Irving Band there at halftime. We'll take a look at the Cardinal Band marching in just a second here. Let's take a look at some of the highlights of the first half of action. It was the Cardinals scoring first after a drop, after Irving dropped a punt. Martis Henderson runs it in from 3 yards out, makes it 7-0. Tigers come back, though, however, as they march down the field. Mendez kicking a field goal of 27 yards. And then a little trickery here. The flea flicker, Goodall throws. Thomas, quarterback, catches. Touchdown. Tigers take a very brief lead, 10-7, because here comes Mac. Next drive, Henderson, 20 yards out. Touchdown, 14-10. This is not the same play, but it's the same result. 10 yards out, Henderson touchdown, 21-10. That's where we are at the half. Band out on the field. There's the stats right now. MacArthur, you think, well, only 8 first down. Well, Irving dominated the ball a lot. I mean, they had it, but they just couldn't do it in the clutch times, and Mac did, and that's the reason they lead by 11. MacArthur very efficient with their passing, 8 out of 10. And Thomas has done a good job. Well, Thomas and Goodall combined. 12 out of 18. Actually, I made a mistake there. 13, because I didn't mark Goodall's pass down. So there's 13 out of 19 passing for 124 yards. So that was my bad there. So actually, Irving had more yards on there. Had 11 more yards, 195 total yards. I'm just not very good at stats. But one big turnover, and that led to a MacArthur touchdown. That was the drop punt that time by Irving. All right, so we have the MacArthur Band out on the field right now, and they got an interesting setup. And let's go down and give a listen, see what they got for us.
A Young Person's Guide to the Orchestra, along with Kashmir by the legendary band Led Zeppelin. Part 2 contains Gustav Holst's Second Suite, along with Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody. Part 3 is Edward Elgar's Enigma Variations, Nimrod, along with Something by the Beatles. And Part 4 concludes with the Rolling Stones' Paint It Black, with Percy Granger's Lincolnshire Posy. Music arranger is Daniel Montoya. Percussion arrangement is by Jim Yakus, and the drill design is by Brian Youngblood. Cardinal Marching Band. The band section of the week is the Color Guard. Members of the week, Eric Hernandez and Hannah Jalepes. Rookie Marchers of the week, William Guzman and Jacob Worrell. Drumline members of the week are Nikhil Aurora and Megan Scott. The Color Guard member of the week is Natalia Zueller. And the leaders of the week are Kevin Taffrin and Liz Parks. The Cardinal Band would like to wish the Irving High School Band good luck at the Broken Arrow Invitational tomorrow. MacArthur Band directors are Darren Duff, Liz Shine, and Josh Jennings. The Color Guard is under the direction of Miss Andrea Hallard with assistance from Piper Jones. The principal of MacArthur High School, Mr. Daniel Cummings. The Irving ISD Instructional and Fine Arts Director is Dr. Mike Ryan, and the Instructional Fine Arts Coordinator is Miss Gayla Lawrence. Thank you and have a great evening.
All right, so a nice performance by both bands here at halftime. It is 21-10, the Cardinals leading the Tigers. We got 24 more minutes of football coming your way. Hang in there, folks. We'll be right back.
Well, we start the second half with a fumble returned for a touchdown by Irving MacArthur. I'll have that highlight for you here in just a second. Ryan Sanchez will come in to attempt the extra point. But for the Irving Tigers, the bugaboos continue. And they've fumbled a punt that eventually led to a score. And now to start off here, they had won the toss to begin this ball game and deferred so they could get the ball to start the second half. And Choice fumbled, and it was picked up by the Cardinal. And now all of a sudden, at the blink of an eye, it is 28-10. Lance, let's look at the replay and try to.
Yeah, Choice does not run north-south here. He tries to maneuver around, make some moves, and that's not going to work. So let's go left. Whoop! The ball is punched loose that time by Seals. It is picked up, and who's at 35 who scored it?
KT McClendon.
McClendon. All right, KT.
And the special teams.
Two big errors for the Tigers in this ball game. A punt return that was muffed, and the recovery made by the Cardinals, which led to a touchdown. And then right there, a touchdown directly scored on the kickoff, and that might have ended the Tigers' chances. Hate to say it this early, but man, 18 points to overcome. That's a lot.
You know, and we half-heartedly kind of joke about the fact how many times we see these teams these days pooch kick the kick, you know, and how refreshing it was to see some long kicks, and lo and behold, it really paid off for the Cardinals because they got the turnover and returned the fumble for a touchdown. Looks like a guy might have been offsides at the kick again for MacArthur. I don't see a flag. Here comes the return. And on the near side, it's Young across the 30. There's a yellow hanky, maybe two. And we'll see what this is all about once they decipher everything. But Young wearing number 31, one of the guys returning the kick. Had a good return, but we do have a penalty flag. Let's see what it is.
Holding. Return team, number 17.
Maybe that's the reason he had a
10
good
yards from
return.
the spot of the foul. First down, Irving.
So that'll knock 10 yards off of that and put the ball back at the 21-yard line.
So now the Tigers have their work cut out for them. The good news is you still have practically 2 full quarters of football to try to make a comeback. The bad news is instead of being down 21-10 at the half, now it's 28-10. And you've got 18 points to make up. Thomas fakes the handoff, goes left. Another nice block by the left tackle. Picks up about 5 yards in the process, and it's second down and 5.
Well, the important thing right now is just to go about your game plan and not try to score 18 points on one run or one pass. You know, you just got to chip away at it, and, one possession at a time. And it's a good start there with a 6-yard pickup.
Just move forward. That's That's all you can ask for. Move forward.
And don't commit penalties.
Nope. Salinas in as a wing to the right, more like a fullback. And a handoff across to Hall, and Hall is eaten up pretty quickly.
Martinez made a very nice play there. Fidencio Martinez. Look at number Dos come up there, grab him around by the leg, and haul him down.
You bet. That's the way to get it done. Sometimes it doesn't pay off to tackle high, tackle low. And he's flipping over to the far side. Cardinals drop their safeties back. Linebackers a good 6 yards off the ball. Thomas has time, but nobody's open. Finally hits the choice here on the near side. And he's going to be pretty close to the first down. I think he got it. He did. Another first down for Irving High School. Man, that play was just so slow to develop.
Well, the key is he had the time to throw it. Maybe the Cardinals got to think about, tossing it a blitz or something here.
Well, their safeties stand about 15 yards back, and their linebackers not quite up like they have. They kind of play them soft, play those guys, just let them throw in front of them. Give them their 5 yards, just like they did right there to Goodall. And, practically make the Tigers earn it as they're going down the field and using a lot of clock. I mean, the clock definitely is not on the side of Irving. And at this point, at least, the Cardinals are willing to give them 5 yards at a time just to eat up a lot of time off the clock. Tristan Phillips, the senior receiver, now in for Irving.
Goodall, 10 receptions, 90 yards.
Another good night for Goodall. And Fowler's hit almost immediately, and again, it's our guy, Martinez, making the play.
Oh, man, that was a good play. Just watch this one more time, and it's just, Fowler's hit immediately, and he had nowhere to go.
Well, first of all, just to
step down.
It was a great play by Martinez to break through the block of Hodges. First of all, once he got past the Hodges block, he was there. Good tackler. Well done, and don't forget, Coach said that Coach Basil said he felt like his defense is a better second half team than they are first half team. Third down and long. Thomas being chased, and down he goes. Big number 67, Carl Clark, the defensive tackle.
Is that fun?
Making the play.
And a good job by Mac that time of staying on Hall. They were looking to throw back to him, but he was covered as he was coming out of the backfield, and Thomas had to eat it, and eat it he did.
So Mendez back to punt again. MacArthur sends a couple back to about the 40.
I don't know, they're deep enough.
And the lefty kicks another nice one. Sanchez makes the catch. And the Cardinals will set up shop first down and 10 on their own 37-yard line.
Well, it turns out they were positioned perfectly.
Yeah.
So.
Just under 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Rob Willman with you along with Lance Brown. Pleasure to be with you today on ICTN Game of the Week. Nice crowd, a late arriving crowd, but
well, they filled up nicely, though.
They did.
Yeah. I mean, it was about maybe 10 minutes before the ball game. We're kind of looking at both sides going, man, there's not many people here tonight. And all of a sudden, hey, let's go over the ball game.
Everybody in the car. Harden left to Henderson. Henderson with a stiff arm, finds that corner, maybe 6 or 7 yards. He's eventually run out of bounds by Treminio, number 17.
Great job, though, being able to turn the corner like he did there. He picks up 5, and Henderson now over the 100-yard mark. 12 carries, 102 yards.
I wonder if the Cardinals will stick on the ground more here. They'll try to eat up some of that clock. Henderson,
Ooh.
took a pop.
Boy, he'll feel that when he's 40, won't he? My goodness, was he popped there.
Yeah, Cooks, number 9. But I like the attitude, though, of Henderson. He just got up and pointed at Cooks and said, hey, nice hit.
Little Timex watch. He takes a licking and keeps on ticking.
3rd down. Victor in the slot, and they fake to Victor, go to Sanchez, and Sanchez does just enough to get it past the yard marker, the chains, and reset the downs for another 1st down for MacArthur. Watch it right here. Catch it. I got it. Goodall drags him down, but not until he gets the 1st down.
And now Hardin is 9 out of 11 passing for 102 yards.
Efficient for sure. Henderson to the right. Breaks 1 tackle, but he's wrapped up by Perla, number 28.
Yeah, Perla did a good job of stretching that out. And as a result, the rest of the gang was able to come up and hold him to no gain.
2nd down 10. Play clock down to 20 seconds. The second half started with a turnover on the kickoff. And the Cardinals got a quick 7 points. Now they can just play time control, and this time they're going to go for it all. Right down the middle. Oh, perfect play and catch to Hodges. Hodges for the touchdown. A 52-yard toss from Kane Hardin to Joshua Hodges. Well, that's what happens. You kind of lull them into thinking, what are you going to do? We're going to run, and next thing you know, they play long ball. And Hodges with his first catch of the night, I believe.
Yeah, it is.
And it's a dandy. Hodges with his 3rd touchdown of the year, only his 9th catch. Making the most of it. It all starts with the fake, Lance.
That's right, the play action, and he drops back, and just a perfect pass. Hits him right on the numbers. And Hodges gets the touchdown here. Look, just a pretty pass. Runs a good pattern. Splits the zone there. And it's 6 points. Nice job that time by Hardin. Led him nicely. And Hodges, of course, runs a good pattern, a good route. Brings it in, 52 yards. That kind of ices this ball game. By the way, other games we had going on in district. Skyline was leading Jesuit at the half, 35-24. W.T. White leading Turner 7-6 at the turn. And of course, we'll have Turner next week against MacArthur here on ICTN. And Nimitz was knocking the snot out of the Bison of Sunset, 35-0. It's got some good players. I mean, they got some really fine, skilled players who can really just whoop you.
That Jesuit, though, Skyline game.
Yeah, that may have been
over 50 points.
Yeah, that could be for the district
half.
Championship there.
Yeah. They have their track shoes on in that game. Ball's going toward Choice. He picks it up, and I believe he stepped out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 8.
He waited to field that. I think he was afraid if he waited too long that somebody would have grabbed it. But if he'd have let it gone, they could have had a. But it takes a bounce, and
maybe, you never know. But he's clearly stepped out.
Yeah.
And you know, it just goes bad for you. It's just one of those days.
Things just start to crater, don't they?
When you're hot, you're hot. When you're not, you're not.
No.
Jerry Reed favorite there.
Oh, yeah. Well, if you're Irving right now, you find yourself down by 25 points. And the ball is on your own 10-yard line. Keep the formation tight. Thomas comes out. His fullback came out But Thomas is going to keep it himself, and why not? That's how you get out of a hole in a hurry. As Kevon Thomas runs about 18 yards in all. He goes left, and Salinas came out of a blocking there for him to throw it to him, but Thomas says, I'm running for my life. I'm going to keep on. And he turned something, what appeared to be nothing. He gives his team a first down and some breathing room. Well, the man in motion hits the tailback. Parr, number 11, is going in motion. You talk about it when things kind of crater and things get not going your way. They're trying to give it to Hall, but watch Parr. Here, right?
Down!
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes. You lose a little concentration, things, you know, and that happens. That's understandable. You get down by 25 and your focus goes away.
Well, and you get a reason why they haven't won this year. I mean, it's not a lot of things you do wrong. It's just a few key things you do wrong at the wrong times. And man, that's a hit there, isn't it?
Paul maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. We have a few players.
Delaney hit hard there.
Yeah. A few players jawing at each other, but
that'll happen in a crosstown rivalry like this.
Newman, the senior linebacker, with the wallop. Makes it 3rd down and 10. Tigers needing to keep this drive alive. Here's Goodall. The toss, the little hook and ladder, and a first down.
Yep. They move the chains as they got 12 yards.
Morris Shell the third. You see Shell going in the pattern, but Goodall, he had to it wasn't a clear cut pitch back. He had to make a move to his left and kind of sidestep a couple of defenders just to get the room needed to get it to Morris. But it works. I mean, you got to pull everything out of the bag when you're down this far. And time is against you. They do the pump fake, try to hit Goodall going deep, so he comes back instead. And he gets the first down, and he's driven out of bounds there on the far sideline. But defensively that time, Pollard was back, and might have been, let's check it again, because give the defensive back credit for MacArthur. He did not go for the head fake. And Pollard, number 29, comes across and makes the tackle. They wanted to send him deep, and he wasn't buying it. He didn't bite it at all. And Goodall had to make an adjustment, and luckily for him, Thomas didn't throw it early. Thomas keeps. He's got some running room. And he's got about 9 yards on another keeper.
You know, this Irving team, they do some things really good, and then they just do some things really bad at times. You know, Thomas is one heck of a quarterback. I mean, this kid's a solid athlete. You know, and that offensive line has done a good job tonight too. You know, they've given him time to throw. They've opened up some holes so they can run, but man, the mistakes kill him.
In motion, Shell. Thomas keeps.
Great blocking again.
Yep, gets a block on the outside by one of the receivers. Picks up another 6 yards, another first down. Watch it here. He just pretty much fakes to Shell and goes on that left side.
Get some
blocking. Fowler, number 6, one of those receivers out there doing the damage.
Brennan doing a wonderful job out there.
The Z-back, as they call him. First down 10. And off Hall, not much there.
Don't you get a Z-back when you have a disease or something like that? You have an infection?
I thought, a Z-pack, yeah.
Oh, Z-pack, okay, never mind.
Carl Clark. There he is. Number 67 on the tackle, a junior. A lot of juniors on this team for MacArthur. A lot of juniors in key positions, too. They all come back next year. Watch it again.
Look at him get through there. No one blocked it.
Lost 2 on the play, closing in on a minute here in the third quarter. Goodall drives a little bit more, picks up about 8. What makes Chase such an effective receiver is that he finds the area where they're laying off on him. He just finds open space, and that's where he sets and lands.
And Thomas finds him.
Yep. Just goes 5 or 6 yards and just waits for the ball, then turns on it and picks up another 2 or 3 after the catch, and it gives this offense a very manageable third down and 1.5, 2 yards.
And that's his 13th reception of the night.
Thomas again to his left, going deep, incomplete.
Oh, what a good defensive play to strip that ball away. It should have been a touchdown. The ball was intended for Lega. No, I'm sorry, that Fowler. And just a great job by the defensive back there to strip the ball away at the last moment. Watch him all over there as he's got his man as he's right at the line there, and just a wonderful job stripping that. I can't catch his number. Was it 39?
I believe it's 29 again. Pollard. Pollard's the same guy that broke up that other play earlier in this drive. So Tigers got to go for it.
Oh, of course, yeah.
4th down and 2.
Let Thomas run with the ball.
Sure, why not? He's got room. He's got the first. He's got the first plus another 5 or 6. That's what you do. Just send a guy in motion, fake it to that runner, and then have Kevon just take it up the middle.
Works for me.
Hall comes in, Shell goes out. They pretty much alternate those 2 guys at running back. Parr and Fowler, both to the near side. Salinas in as a blocking back. And they go right behind his block, but not a lot of room for Hall. Maybe 2. Well, we have finished 3, headed for 4. Our score, the Cardinals 35, the Tigers 10. We'll be back with the final quarter right after this.
And while we got a moment, let's tell you about the good folk who bring you the ball game of the week each week on ICTN. Of course, I speak of our longtime sponsor, Gerald Stavely Dry Cleaning, a charter sponsor of the game of the week. That means they've been with us since we started doing these broadcasts. I think it was 1976 when Happy Days came on the air, and we saw the Fonz and Richie the Sea. And we came right after them. We were in that little hole there.
Then we were bumped by Laverne and Shirley. Then
yes.
We came back.
But we do thank the Stavely folks for enabling us to bring you the ball game of the week each week here on ICTN.
2nd down, 9. Tigers trying to score quickly, trying to get back in this ball game. Hand off to Shell, and Shell is caught behind the line of scrimmage. Nicely done by the Cardinals. 1 of 2 in there. Delaney, number 15.
Good job here by the Cardinals defensively here as they just kind of stretched it out. And Delaney again doing the job. By the way, Skyline now leading Jesuit 42-24. White is leading Turner 14-6. I don't know what Nimitz is doing, but they were easily winning at halftime, so we'll just chalk that up as a W for the Vikings.
3rd and 12, and a penalty flag. Legal procedure against the Tigers. Kind of goes back to what you said, Lance. They look so good for 3 out of 4 plays, but it's that 4th play that just knocks them silly.
Thomas has held onto that ball, and he was just so disgusted by that penalty. And as we said, I mean, that's kind of the Tigers in a nutshell this season.
3rd down and 17. They go right, go to Shell. Shell bounces on his head after that tackle, picks up maybe 3 on the play, and sets up a big 4th down play for the Tigers, and they send out their kicker.
Of course, they may decide, look, it's over. Let's just get some practice with the kicker too.
Well, the first thing I noticed when he came out was the Cardinal defenders were all shaking their hands like, no.
And they're ready for a fake.
It's going to be a kick, and it's blocked.
Naturally.
Ball bounces around, picked up by one of the big men, number 94, Duran, I believe. Yeah, number 94, Duran. And
that's not who you want to have with his hands on the football on 4th down.
I think he might have hurt himself in the process. Probably got the wind knocked out of him. You're not used to carrying the football. Blocking that, though, is number 9, Kincaid.
Yeah, watch number 9, high snap. That cost him right there. And he just comes in from the side, and ball is blocked. And
watch just to the left of your screen. Yeah, good penetration that time by Marcus Brown, number 5.
The high snap cost him, so Mac gets the ball on their own 30-yard line.
Hand off straight up the middle. Nothing flashy. That is Chris Ward, number 20. First time we've called Chris's name out tonight.
Yep. Henderson's probably had it for the night.
And he's had a good night. Why not? Rest him. Under 10 minutes to go in the game. Cardinals probably looking just to work the clock as much as possible.
Well, he's got his 100 yards and 3 touchdowns, so that's a good night's work.
Sure. Punch the time clock and
yabba dabba doo.
Call it a night. Ward again up the middle. Line doing a good job. Opening the holes, another 1st down. The official very quickly winds the clock.
It's only the 11th 1st down of the ball game for Mac. You'd think, well, only 11 1st down, but hey, they so many big plays tonight. And
yeah, it's not like they had really long, sustained drives. They get very, very big chunks of yardage at a time, this offense this year. Victor in motion, and they throw to Victor. Missed tackle at the 45, he goes across midfield, another 1st down. MacArthur keeps the ball. It's almost like this is probably, I'm trying to think when MacArthur's had an offense that's been able to move the ball like this. 10 yards at a chunk, not just this game, just this season, because they've been putting a lot of points on the board. A quarterback with really good efficiency. They've really been piling it on.
Yep. Kane's a good clock manager. He keeps the chains moving. He's an accurate passer.
Well, Ward finds it a little tough there.
Well, and making it tough that time was Javier Jackson. Big defensive tackle. Watch number 5-3 get through here. Boom.
Yeah, he read that one.
Well, he just overpowered his man that time.
Good play by the junior.
He just pancaked him.
10 seconds on the play clock. It's Kane Harden. And it's MacArthur offense. Back to Sanchez.
Wonderful.
Oh, he's got quick feet, doesn't he?
Yep.
Another 1st down.
Fifth reception for Sanchez in this ball game.
Cardinals have spread it out. I mean, of course, you've always got Henderson, your go-to guys, or running back, but Sanchez and Webster, Victor, they've all had their fair share of catches. And here goes Ward. Ward up the middle for another first down. I've got a feeling that Tiger defensive front four is getting a little tired. And you get fresh legs in there. Hey, speaking of tired, she looks sleepy. You get some fresh legs out there. And Chris Ward comes in, and he's had his practice time. He's put in his time in the practice field. He's wanting to show coaches what he can do.
Well, 4 carries, 27 yards. Kane Harden is 12 out of 14 passing in this ball game now, 178 yards.
That's efficient. And no interceptions. Ward right up the middle again. Breaks a tackle or two. Shell with the tackle for Irving High. Tigers had the lead in the first half early on, 10-7. Since then, though, Mac has reeled off 28 points. And lead here as we're closing in on 6 minutes of the ball game. Just a methodical piece of work by the Cardinal offense.
They are picking them apart, aren't they?
Yep. And Ward just bullies his way for 4 more off the left side. Set up about a 3rd down and 3. MacArthur back at home. Home will be the place of choice here for the next few weeks.
Well, no, choice place for Irving. No.
Cardinals play R.L. Turner next week. First game Sunday, the 12th. 8 o'clock replay. Cards have 3 of their next 4 games here at ISS.
Be about a yard shy for 4th down.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Whoop. Do we have an illegal procedure, though?
No.
No?
That's just the officials doing a disco dance. 4th and 2, 4.5 left in the ball game. It wouldn't surprise me at all to see MacArthur milk this clock down to 0. I was going to say try to pull them off sides or call timeout, but they're going to take it all the way. Hand off back to Henderson. They brought Henderson off the bench. When you need to get that first down just to try to ice things away, who do you do? I just bring Artis Henderson off the bench.
Well, he's had enough rest, hasn't he?
Yeah. And now Chris Ward will come back in to be the feature back for MacArthur. MacArthur has done a really good job on this drive by just using every second of that 40-second play clock to work time off and just to whittle things down here in the 4th quarter. 1st and goal. Ward to the right. Not much there. Got Thomas now back in playing defense for Irving, and he made the tackle. He will go out just long enough to bring Tominio in, but there's Thomas, and Ward finds it a little tough going in the middle. Yeah. If you get your chance to play, you're going to have to take your knocks. 2nd and goal from about the 4. Sanchez shifts to the left. Harden over to Ward. Is he in?
No, 1 yard line.
Very, very close. He shakes his head like, oh, these have been some tough yards. Ground level. trying to shake past Salinas, and just as he twists, they said his knee touched the ground just inside the goal line. So it's 3rd and goal. I mean, the nose is practically touching the white line. Let's see if Coach Basil rewards Ward for his hard efforts. And he's in. Well, that was a steady diet of Chris Ward, with a little sprinkle of Henderson tossed in to ensure a first down on 4th down. And Mr. Chris Ward carries most of the load on that one. Extra point is good. And it's now 42-10 in favor of the Redbirds. Nothing fancy, just off to the left. Good contact initially right at the line of scrimmage. He's got a low center of gravity. And he was able just to barrel his way underneath and get the touchdown. So just over 2 minutes to go. The Cardinals reward their backup player with the touchdown, and he helps his team use a lot of time off the clock. To wind this one down. Coach De La Torre told me before the game he felt pretty good about this week. He said the kids have been playing really well, practicing well. He says it's just a maturing process. Again, only 6 players coming back from last year's playoff team that saw a lot of action, that actually played every down. So those other young players are having to mature and learn the game. Boy, Tigers lucky they didn't touch that one. Parr was right there at the 1, and it appears
free kick out of bounds against the kicking team. 5-yard penalty, re-kick.
They'll re-kick it. Well, I guess if there was one negative thing about the game is for MacArthur is the kicking. Look, the reverse English there. Oh, he would have felt really bad if he'd have touched that, and that thing would have gone out of bounds. But, I mean, by and large, if you find anything negative, maybe it's just they've had to kick the thing too many times. But MacArthur has pretty much done a number offensively and have moved the football pretty much at will. Irving came out early on and mixed things up offensively, really kept MacArthur on their heels. Then MacArthur kind of got their bearings, and defensively kept Thomas running around in the backfield most of the night. He's going to try to go deep. There's Goodall, but he holds it up just a little too much, and it's picked off. Intercepted by number 12, Tony McDonald. And there's going to be a flag thrown against McDonald, who threw the ball down for some reason. I mean, he was celebrating. I think he thought he had the interception and he could go back for the distance. And now his teammate, T.J. Kingsley, saying, look, you threw the ball down and they called a foul, a penalty against you. Let's watch it again. Thomas.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Looked like he threw that off his back
return
leg,
team, number 12.
Back foot.
15-yard penalty
Boy,
from the end of the run.
credit McDonald.
First down, MacArthur.
He went big to catch that. Well done, and he didn't know if he was celebrating or saying, I still got it, I'm going to run with it. And then he just kind of tossed it down, and the official was right in front of him, called unsportsmanlike conduct, and so they'll take it back to where the interception took place and mark it back 5 yards, or 15, excuse me. And we've got our backup quarterback, Jose Soto, now in at quarterback. Also a backup running back, Darius Lewis. Number 43, Darius Lewis. So Soto and Lewis now getting the opportunity to play. Trying to get their feet wet, if you will, under fire in a varsity ball game. Lewis did pick up 2 yards on the play. Closing in on a minute to go. As it's been all MacArthur here in the second half. Soto back to Lewis. Lewis gets about a yard and another penalty flag thrown. And I believe it may be against the Cardinals.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 70, the offense.
Colby Blakely,
15-yard penalty.
number 70, the junior.
Third down.
And I believe tossed down, might have been the linebacker Salinas for Irving on that play, right at the end of the play. The back judge was all over it. Happened right in front of him. So a 15-yard penalty assessed against MacArthur. Maybe the penalties, coach said he didn't want to see his team try to improve on the penalties. Maybe that and the kickoffs. Maybe the only 2 things that I could see that the Cardinals really had any trouble with tonight. Soto keeps. Goes off right tackle. Salinas on the tackle there for Irving. He's had a good game tonight defensively. And we're pretty much can just call this a ball game. The play clock is off. The game clock down to 22 seconds and counting. The MacArthur coaches told its players, come on over. Let's shake hands and call this a victory, our 3rd of the season. More importantly, our 2nd in a row in district. And it keeps the Cardinals in the playoff hunt. And it keeps their record perfect in district. With a 42-10 win over their rivals, Irving High School. Coach De La Torre talking to his kids, saying, hey, wish them a good game. Keep your emotions in check, and let's move forward. All right, we'll have highlights, statistics, and we'll talk to Coach Basil right after this timeout. Stay with us. All right, welcome back, everyone. A joyous evening if you're a MacArthur Cardinal fan. Victorious 42-10. They're having a celebration down there on the field after the school song, and why not? They had a really good game tonight, very dominant. What was the play of the game tonight? Well, it is your running back, number 6. After being down 10-7 to the Tigers, they come right back in a very good drive by the Cardinals. And Artis Henderson, you saw it there. One angle, here's another, his touchdown. 1 of 3 on the night for the running back. And that is your play of the game, as the Cardinals never looked back after that run. Now let's go down to the field, and Lance Brown, who's with the victorious head coach.
All right, thank you, Rob. Coach, a nice game playing here tonight. You had a wonderful mix of passing, running. Your offensive line did a great job.
Yeah, those guys have been outstanding all year, and they're getting their feet under them. You know, we got a lot of juniors that started the year playing in their first varsity football games, and they've really settled in. And Coach Castillo, our offensive coordinator, and our offensive coaches have done a great job, working with those guys. And we have some smart kids over there that play really hard, and I'm proud of them. And I was equally as proud as our defense tonight, too. We had a big task. They, one is an outstanding player over there, and they do a great job. And just hats off to them. Really proud of our kids. Had a good week of practice and played really hard tonight.
Kind of a bend or nut but not break mentality defensively tonight.
Well, we got up on them. We knew we didn't want to give up anything big, and everything, with their speed and their athletes over there, we wanted to keep everything underneath of us and run the football and make plays, and they did that.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Let's send it back up to the booth now, and Rob.
All right, Lance, thank you very much. Coach Basil told me earlier this week he thought stopping the run was very important and playing good defensively. I think he was happy what his defense did tonight, and they seemed to have a better outing, a more consistent outing, and that's what he was looking for tonight. A lot of highlights in this game tonight. We showed you the play of the game earlier. It's a big highlight here to start the second half. Irving was going to get the football, and what happens? Well, some great play defensively. Seals with the hit on choice right there, strips the ball, and picking it up is K.T. McClendon. He goes in for the touchdown, and then they strike again. A great night again by the quarterback Harden, and he hits the Hodges, the wide receiver, made it 35-10. MacArthur, and then just one more with Ward in at running back. He takes it in from in close. That made it 42-10 MacArthur, and that was the final score. Statistically speaking, look at the first downs. Irving actually had more. We talked about this during the game, how it seemed like MacArthur was really striking quickly. It wasn't those long drives. Passing, pretty simple, pretty similar. Rushing, though, that's where MacArthur did the damage, with Henderson basically just eating up the yardage tonight from the tailback spot. Total yards, 389 to 268. And then the turnovers really hurting Irving. Of course, you saw the kickoff. They also had an interception, and they also had a fumbled punt that turned in and kept a drive alive early in the ball game and gave MacArthur their first score. Made it 7-0 at that time. But the Cardinals are undefeated in district play. They have homecoming next week against R.L. Turner, and that should go to the Cardinals if you just look at it on paper, and that should make them 3-0 in district. They got to play it, though, so you never know what's going to happen. But that's the final. MacArthur on top, 42-10. For all the crew here and Lance Brown, I'm Rob Willman. We thank you for watching. Have a pleasant good evening, everyone.
Irving Game of the Week has been brought to you in part by Gerald Stavely Dry Cleaning,